Good morning. Welcome to the 11 a.m. Monday morning marketing webcast. I am your host, Chris Bernard. Hope you had a wonderful weekend. It has been a beautiful weekend in Florida, a little bit toasty at times, especially in the sun. In the shade, it's been very pleasant. So there's your weekly weather update. I have something very exciting for you today. I have a call right now coming from Boca Raton. I'm just kidding. I do actually, but I'm not going to answer that. So this actually, it's funny. The actual topic, let your competitors advertise for you, is something I wanted to talk about for quite a while now, actually. Got two specific examples of how to kind of highlight what I mean. At the end of the day, here's the concept. I'm going to lay it out to you. All right. You can let your competitors advertise for you. You just have to be doing it smart. You have to be strategic. In big businesses, big brands, and we're going to cover one of those today. Actually, two of them, believe it or not. One of them is a client of mine, and the other one is not a client of mine. But a lot of the opportunity really relies on the fact that people have things they want to accomplish, right? And these big companies have these really big budgets, so they can just basically slam messaging into the funnel and get it all over the place. Well, the fact is, if you can actually go ahead and recognize some certain things and go, I can take that element, that piece, and I can actually manipulate it into not deceiving, but playing off of the fact that your customers have that goal in mind, right? And you can be the beneficiary of that traffic and that concept. We have a word for this. If some of you have done marketing before, it is called vampire. I think it's how you spell vampire. Creativity. The best example, creativity. Yeah, there you go. I'm marketing. I don't spell real well. And when I sometimes do misspell things intentionally just because it's shorter. Anyway, so vampire creativity. If any of you have been stewards of good advertising principles, is it the Energizer Bunny or is it the Duracell Bunny? That's the concept, right? I'm not even sure which one. I believe it's the Energizer Bunny, but Duracell actually capitalized on it. If you actually do polls, people don't really know the difference between the two, which is very, very funny considering both brands spend a buttload of money to get their brands out, and they're not sure if this bunny thing was a Duracell or is an Energizer thing. So kind of funny that way. It's the same concept here. So I'm going to give you two examples. The first one is coming from my wife. So let me close this down so we're not broadcasting anything we shouldn't be doing here. That's what happens. You get excited, you just jump into presentation mode, right? I can keep that screen up. That's fine. Okay, so this one is one you're probably pretty familiar with. So let me go ahead and where's my live stream prezzo here? Go ahead. Oops. Okay, it's this one. Apparently it's been a while since I've shared my screen with you guys. I probably shouldn't be doing that either. All right, hang on here. All right, here we go. Those are my show notes in case you guys really want to know. Very extensive. I get it, right? So let me go ahead and slide this guy over. This is a brand you're pretty familiar with. This draws sensory emotions, right? Smells, right? Hopefully none of us have tasted it. But look at that packaging. Look at the shape of that glass. Look at the shape of the fonts. Look at this fonts. Even this orange, really interesting. Look at how there's a border to this guy, right? Especially look at these fonts. See how the ends in an E? Wow, look at that. So my wife was so surprised the other day when she went to go to Publix, which is a big grocery store in the southeast where we're at. And she said, wow, Publix sells Yankee Candle. I wonder when they did that. So she goes home, she looks at the package, looks at it, opens it up. She notices actually 2 wicks in there instead of 1, which is interesting. And then, in fact, actually I can show you. Here, let me turn this one off. You know what, I need to do a 2x2. Can we do that? Oh, there we go, right? So look at, so it's got the 2 wicks in there. right? Which is really weird, kind of cool. Like, smells good. This one is called Orange Cinnamon. Absolutely fantastic. And yesterday, actually, was it Saturday? Yeah, it was Sunday morning. She's looking at it going, wait a second. That's not a Yankee Candle. It's a Village Candle. I don't know if you guys can see this. Being able to hold it up. Look at the word candle. Over here. Look at the E. Look at the L. In fact, even the trademark. Look at that bad boy. It's even located in the same spot. It's Village Candle. You can see where customers might be a little bit not tricked, but they're comfortable with this brand. Even the shape, look at it. Even the shape of the actual glass. Look at that. You could have chose a billion different shapes. Look at that. Try the same company. The only thing I see is a little bit different is that this inside appears to be kind of has a seal on it. So those ones in here, maybe it's just because of the photo, they probably didn't want it kind of screwing up the look. So maybe Yankee Candle actually has one. They just decided not to use it there. Look how impressively similar that is, right? You can see where she would be very confused in that. I mean, that font, man, especially with this E right here, even the G, because you have a K and G look similar over here, right? Even the V, right? The V and the Y. I just think that's awesome, right? So the fact is, she was confused. She thought she was buying a Yankee Candle, and she was actually buying a Village Candle, which, by the way, we're not unhappy with the quality of this candle, by the way. So that is one thing. So what can we learn from that take, right? This concept, this Yankee Candle, right? This concept of customers having an affinity, an emotional connection with a brand can be manipulated, right? Remember, you've seen that. So the looks, the styles, the fonts, we recognize brands, we recognize things in the grocery store. So Village Candle, and I don't think Village Candle's connected with Yankee Candle. In fact, I thought maybe they own them, like on the P&G model, right, where they they go acquire another company and then they own all the brands, like most of the detergents, right, or are all P&G. I don't think that's the case in this situation, but it was just wonderfully done to where the customer has an emotional experience with a brand. They like the brand. They have a toward response, not in a way, a toward response, and they just feel gravitated to go do that. So that's using this vampire creativity, or in this case, experience with the product to connect, and just being very, very detail oriented to the design and the packaging and how it fits and looks and even feels in the hand, to where the customer, in this case my wife, bought the product, right? Unknowingly, and we'll probably buy another one. In fact, even look, go back at the top here. Look, even the top. You can tell on the top here, Yankee Candle's got texture and stuff like that. Right down to that. Pretty amazing stuff there. Pretty amazing stuff. So the second example I have is from a investment company. A few years ago, there was this big push for the retirement red zone. Some of us remember this. Some of us don't. Retirement red zone is basically, are you going to have enough money when you retire, okay, to go ahead and live comfortably? And a company called Prudential Insurance. In fact, let me even pull that up here. I'll show you again. Prudential is not my client. Okay, so this is currently going on right now. Current search results. But you look, Retirement Red Zone is, in fact, if you look at it, it's a registered trademark for Prudential Insurance. Prudential Financial, actually. Okay, so they were advertising, literally, there's reports out there, if you're an agency or whatever, you can see just how much spending is being done in specific areas for companies, right? So Prudential is just spending a boatload of advertising dollars in our area. But when we started to actually do our own little market research, we said people had no idea. They couldn't connect Prudential, the brand, with the Retirement Red Zone. So they're spending all this money advertising the Retirement Red Zone. Very bold commercials like these reds and stuff like that. Very bold. In fact, reds weren't even part of our customers' color scheme at the time. But we did campaigns. We aligned basic campaigns around the Retirement Red Zone with that kind of look and feel and style at a local level, allowing us to spend so much less money and then basically having our competitors. So every time the commercial would run for Retirement Red Zone, literally you would see a spike in our traffic on our website. And we had a small, they probably cover like 6 counties, right? It's not a very big deal. But we were leveraging that locally to go ahead and actually make real in-way and real revenue returns for our client. And by the way, believe it or not, there's still, and I won't share with which competitor it is, which client it was, but between ads and between PDFs, between promotional PR pieces that are still hanging out there, and sponsored content, and even featured radio stuff. Some of those things are still around, which is kind of cool. Even though those campaigns are long been gone. All right, so hopefully that helps you. If you can actually go ahead and when you look at your competitors, you can see the actual benefit to the customer. It's often being featured, right? It's being featured in those attributes, whatever that is. In one case, it's the candle, the smells, the look, the font, that toward response, right? The customer experience with that. You can capture that, right, in your product and service. You can have your competitors advertising for you. So every time that they're doing their pushes, every time that they're spending their good hard advertising dollars on TV with in many cases, very big budgets, for a smaller, medium-sized business, it would be completely unattainable. You can leverage that in your business. Now, the one thing you want to make sure of is being careful of trademark and registration, infringement, right? You don't want to just duplicate and copy. This is where that creative kind of comes into play, where we actually, I still can't believe they can't, like literally the font is identical. Seriously, look at this. Just incredible. Where's my candle here? Where's my candle? There it is. So, look at this bad boy. I can't, if I could get it even closer, I would. Look at that E. Look at the L. See the L? Right? It is the same font. So it goes to show you, just really realistically, even fonts and things like that, we recognize a lot of stuff. We go through life and just kind of looking at things. This is another great example. So try to capture the benefit, the experiential situation that your competitors are doing. And if they're outspending you 10, 15, 100, 3,000 times, you may be able to leverage that creatively into something that, again, allows your competitors to be advertising for you. All right? And then be where those people are looking, whether it's SEO, whether it's search, whether it's YouTube, whether it's whatever the case may be, Facebook. All right? Be where your customers are at. It'll allow you to save a buttload of money and really, really get some major traction. You'll actually, again, see the traffic going up on those media channels when your competitors are advertising their dollars. So best of luck to you. Thanks for joining me this morning, and we will talk to you hopefully next week for the Monday Morning Marketing Webcast. I am your host, Chris Bernard. Have a great rest of your week. Bye-bye.